Welcome or welcome back to the show. I'm Anna and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here. In my last short, I showed you the City of Orange Masonic Center, and when we walked around the city a little bit more, I noticed that there was a back entrance, it appeared to be, that had this signage on it that I found pretty interesting, so I wanted to expand into that. So this definitely seems to be attempting to entice new members into the Masonic order. At the top of the left door it says, "Was your grandfather a Mason? Ever wonder why? To be one, ask one." Little sort of acronym type of thing there. And then they encourage people to contact them to find out if Freemasonry is for them. And there are also youth groups available too. And there's the phone number and website for this specific City of Orange lodge. And then the other door on the right has some FAQ. What is Freemasonry? Visit the Grand Lodge website, which I did, and I'm about to show you what I found there. And then they say, what's the point? It is a fraternity oriented on personal growth and community service. Who can be a Mason? A male over the age of 18. What is required of him to join? Belief in a supreme being, no criminal background, successful application submission. And then they finished off with a quote that doesn't say who it was from. Unless we are better husbands, fathers, sons, or brother, we aren't following the teachings or living the obligations of Freemasonry. From the home, life broadens into relationships of the community in which we live. We should expect to find Masons in the forefront of every worthwhile community activity. Interesting. We should expect to find Masons in the forefront of every worthwhile community activity. I have heard that most, if not all, police officers tend to be Masons. So there's that, but, you know, we hear about the so-called elites, and people tend to say that they are all, you know, connected or in some sort of club in some sort of way. So this just kind of seems to hint at or suggest that maybe a lot of the so-called elites are Masons. When I typed in the website that was listed on the door that I just showed you, this screen came up. This page doesn't seem to exist, but I did try searching as they suggested that I should do, and I found out some more interesting stuff about Freemasonry. I found this article from May of 2022 entitled "Talking About Freemasonry." And they wanted to highlight to people that members are free to discuss Freemasonry in general, or their lodge in particular, with anyone at all. And they said that they have lots of information geared toward prospective members. But beware, there are some things that members are prohibited from talking about. The only things that members are prohibited from talking about are the particulars of the ritual and the signs, words and gestures that Masons use to identify themselves. I wonder why that is. Oh, it's because those are considered private and only shared with members as they progress through the degrees. But don't get it twisted and start spreading some kind of crazy conspiracy theories. They thought that some people might be wondering if Masonry is a secret society, so they let us know that Freemasonry is not a secret society. Yeah, I didn't think so. You didn't, did you? They just keep parts of their ceremonies private because they are deeply meaningful and they want each person to have experienced them firsthand in the lodge room. They have some great English grammar there as well. They're big fans of no spoilers. That makes sense. And as I had mentioned earlier, there are several different Masonic youth orders as well, in case you would like for your child to spend most all of their life as a Freemason. Demolay is one of the largest youth fraternities in the world for young men between the ages of 12 and 21. Job's Daughters International seems especially exclusive because it's open to young women ages 10 to 20 only with a Masonic heritage. And finally, there's the International Order of Rainbow for girls, a dynamic and fun organization that embraces all young women between the ages of 11 and 20. Apparently, these youth orders offer things like leadership skills trainings and all sorts of fun activities, including fancy dinners and sleepovers. It's interesting, it was almost making me think of something like the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. But to finish things out here, I was curious who some famous Freemasons throughout history have been, and currently are, in order to understand all of it a little bit more. So I decided to ask Google. Who are some famous Freemasons?
Persons frequently mentioned on the web include George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Albert Pike, and others.
Well, that's interesting. I have heard some stuff before about like all of the previous presidents possibly having been Freemasons. Google is confirming it. But, you know, whenever I think about a philanthropic person, as the website says that Freemasons are, I automatically think of Bill Gates and all of the good that he has done in the world. So I was curious if he was a Mason. Is Bill Gates a Freemason? And the result was a West Wales Mason website, a message from Bill Gates. They say Bill Gates made the following speech in March 2015. Watch the video and then read his inspiring message below. So let's take a quick peek at that, shall we?
When I was a kid, the disaster we worried about most was a nuclear war. That's why we had a barrel like this down in our basement, filled with cans of food and water. When the nuclear attack came, we were supposed to go downstairs, hunker down, and eat out of that barrel. Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this. If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be a highly infectious virus rather than a war. Not missiles, but microbes.
Whoa, so that was in 2015, and just 5 years after that, in 2020, is when COVID-19 happened. How could he have known that something like that could happen? He must be really smart. I guess Freemasons are just really, really smart people. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you as always for watching. Leave your comments down below so we can all talk about this. Share the video around to other people who would like it. Make sure you're subscribed because YouTube likes to unsubscribe people against their will. Don't forget to take a look at the merch store linked in the top comment, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.